So this is Ryan Kaji and his parents, and their empire has completely lost it. If you haven't been keeping up with the drama, this flop basically sums it up.
We're on track to be a teenage billionaire. How much does Ryan get to keep of all this?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
People recognize me and like, hey, you're Ryan. I just realized that we're famous.
What's been the biggest sponsorship that you've said no to?
Millions of dollars. We lost revenue of 70%.
I just pushed through.
Hey guys, pretend blank, Red Titan. What is this? A Red Titan comic book and blank pages? You know what that means. I have a great idea. I'm gonna write my own Ryan World comic book.
And you might be asking, what the f*** is going on with Ryan Kaji's parents? Honestly, same question. But before we dive into that, let's talk about what's happening now. A long story short, his parents seem to be milking the last drops of content out of him. He's been making videos since he was 4, basically missing out on his childhood. Hopefully they at least let him enjoy his teenage years instead of forcing him to do toy reviews at 18.
Right now, I feel like we're at the tipping point where like the movie is a great moment. And then from there, we wanted to kind of step aside and think about what we want to go. Ryan's turning 13 years old this year, so he's turning teenager. So we're thinking about, do we want to introduce something like that align with his age, like more aligned to the preteen demographic, or we want to stay on with the going more for the animation. That's something we're kind of debating right now. But I feel like there's high demand for older demographic for Ryan. So
it's really weird. Ryan's dad talks about him like he's just an employee or part of some business strategy. Like, this is your son, man. Instead of worrying about demographics or what's in demand, maybe ask Ryan what he wants to do. He's already made you more money than you could ever spend, so why not give him a break?
If he came to you and said, hey, Dad, I want to be an engineer, Mom, I want to be a teacher like you, I don't want, what do you say? Like, it's okay to like leave all of this behind? If like Ryan were to call it quits, like what would happen to pursue something else?
Yeah, for sure. Because like when he got into snowboards so much, right? So I think last year, how many times we went to Japan for snowboard?
Like 4.
Ryan's parents are positioning themselves as what's best for Ryan, but let's be real, it's more like what's best for their business and pockets. They just released Ryan's World, the movie, Titan Universe Adventure, and it was a total disaster. They spent $10 million on it, but it bombed so hard it's more like a box office nuke. It grossed just over $600,000 with a 2.1 IMDb rating. Released in over 2,100 theaters on August 16th, it dropped to just 256 theaters in a week. By the 3rd week, only 10 theaters showed it, and then it was gone. There are even TikToks of completely empty theaters during screenings.
Got us out of Titan's lair! You need us! She has a point.
How's this for a point? I'm the big brother, I know best, and I'm in charge. The twins go home before they get us into any more trouble.
Which brings us to where we are now, because Ryan's parents actually commented on a TikTok about the movie, thanking the uploader for watching it, and honestly, it's just awkward. Like, they're out here trying to act grateful, but the whole situation feels off. Thanks for showing up and watching. It's a movie about bonds between siblings. It's not always rainbow and sunshine, but at the end of the day, they learn to be there for each other. Bro, what is this? What is this? Please comment below if I'm tripping about the whole Ryan's brand is tanking situation. But anyway, let's get back to this movie flop. If you didn't already know, Ryan's World, the movie was supposed to be this big thing, but let's be real, it was a disaster. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to hate just to hate, but the problem is obvious. The kids who grew up watching Ryan are now 13 to 15, and they're not showing up for something made for 6-year-olds. Ryan's brand isn't what it used to be, as you can see from his dropping YouTube views. And critics, there are literally only 2 reviews, but let's take a look at what they said. Anyway, this cinematic junk is what happens when underage YouTube stars with no acting talent have parents who pay for the family to star in a vanity movie motivated by greed. It's not the kid's fault. This is ultimately an underwhelming influencer movie that's aimed at the YouTuber's huge base of toy-loving fans, but has little to offer anyone else. Okay, I really hate to say this, but just hear me out for a second. Imagine spending $10 million on a movie only to get 2 negative critic reviews. Like, that's just wild, right? I don't think Ryan's parents expected it to flop this hard. They probably thought it was going to make them millions. But honestly, it's time for a wake-up call. Ryan's world has run its course. He grew up, his fans grew up. It's time to let him move on with his. They want to make money. They've already got hundreds of millions. Invest it, start a business, do whatever, just don't make any more movies. Clearly that's not working.
I want to bring it back, and Ryan, just make me feel old for a second. What year were you born in?
I was born in 2011.
Okay, all right. And help me finish this sentence. If somebody was born in the year blank, they're old.
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
19.
Okay.
Okay.
80.
Okay. I'm still good.
9.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Anyway, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and maybe subscribe to help me out. Peace.